People always ask, why does God move in mysterious ways? And I'm gonna break it down for you in layman's terms in under a minute, okay? In ebonics, if I have to. Okay, so I want y'all to imagine this. I want you to imagine that when Moses led the people out of Pharaoh or something like that, right? I'm not perfect, but when he let them out there, he let them down to the ocean, and they got stuck, and everybody freaking out, and they like, oh my gosh, what we gonna do? We can't go anywhere. God was like, whoosh. Well, Moses with the staff was like, whoosh, and they opened up the sea. Now I want you to imagine in those people's minds. I know they happy to get away from Pharaoh and them, but at the same time, they like, this motherfucker just made the ocean open up, right? And in that time, you see that God's true. You see that God's real. So if God think about it also when they prosecuted Jesus and they crucified him, they was they was doing terrible things to him. They was trying him. They was testing him. They was saying, prove yourself. When he cried out and God showed and made the world shake, people was like, oh shit, this guy's real. Okay, this is real. You got to if God doesn't move mysteriously, there's no need for free will, because fear is the only thing that really gets people to straighten up. So if God were to openly and outrightly show you his power, you'd be scared to death. You wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't have a test of faith. There would be no like faith. There would be no you trying to live right. There would be nobody would be living wrong, because you would know what would happen to you if you did that. If you did the wrong, if you chose to live wrong. So that's why God can't outright just show you his power. Simple and plain. If you think about that, like all the billionaires in the world, you think if God came down here, these motherfuckers be out here giving their money away. Why? Because they be trying to buy their way back into heaven, because they know all the wrong they did. I mean, God has that kind of power. So that's why God has to move mysteriously in your life, because if he didn't, you wouldn't have free will. You couldn't do the things you wanted. You wouldn't have choice. You would be living life like you couldn't do anything. It would be pointless. So there you go. Enjoy your day.